We live in a time where the disconnect between everyday people and government is growing wider.
What about the New Orleans city government frustrates you?
They don't do nothing at all. I'm serious.
There's a major disconnect.
I mean, it's like they're not listening.
Whether you engage in city government or not, you live in this city. And that affects you, whether you want to get your hands dirty and fight it or not.
If you drove down the road to get here today, you probably hit at least one pothole.
Give us a better piece of the pie than what we've been getting.
Money is not buying everything you're supposed to buy. They're holding the money. What you holding it for? Spend it.
We believe in the crazy idea that cities work better when the people who live in them have a say in how they work. One of the big goals of the Big Easy budget game is education. The state of Louisiana has the second highest unbanked population in the country. Only about half of New Orleanians actually have a computer with internet in their home. So it was really important for us that the budget game was mobile friendly. And it's also really important to us that we go out into the community and bring technology to the people who need it. The first iteration of the Big Easy budget game was played with cups of red beans. The downside was that then somebody had to count thousands and thousands of red beans. So that kind of led us to moving the budget game online so we could really kind of keep that data clean.
Oh, so now I need to go in and see how I'm giving it?
We want to really bring this conversation about public spending into people's living rooms and churches and neighborhood organizations.
And in this game, you are the mayor of New Orleans for a day. And we ask you to spend $600 million in the city of New Orleans.
I guess I kind of have a pretty typical New Orleans story. I visited here once and I loved it. We're such a unique American city. Our food is different. Our music is different. Everything here is just kind of our own. I moved here in 2010 and things were still really rough. I hadn't lived here a month and I knew someone who was murdered in the French Quarter. I thought, I love it here, I've just got here, but I don't know if this is a place that I can stay. It just felt like it was too soon to give it up. If you really want to do something that is going to impact the way that your life works, working on a local level is going to be the fastest and easiest way to make real change and impact.
What makes New Orleans special is it's people. New Orleans residents have been particularly engaged in the post-Katrina environment, but government has a real responsibility of showing people and not just telling them how their resources, how their taxes that they pay impact their quality of life overall. It is my hope that it not only, continues to be a game, but it really becomes a part of how we do budgeting.
There's a lot of moving parts technically. We can play it for a whole city budget.
Are you happy with the current budget system?
Or if we really wanted to know about the police department budget and get input into that. Any kind of budget where you're looking for input into expenses that are going to affect the lives of a lot of people, this is a really great tool to be able to do that.
Did this process help you kind of understand,
What they're doing? Yes, it does.
And finding out what the Department of Miscellaneous actually did, I thought was really interesting.
It's fun to play, and I feel like I learned a lot about how the government spends its money.
Click, click, click.
It was easy because I'm good with numbers.
We're really excited about the opportunity to kind of change the way we talk about public finance. It's wonky and it's not sexy.
And it's not a nerdy thing. It's a cool game.
I enjoyed it, and I also have a bigger respect for the person who's in charge of that budget.
If our data doesn't look like our city, we haven't done our job. Together, all of our voices can create something that elected officials have to listen to.